Good morning and welcome to the special episode of Kevin at 11. My name is Kevin Ray Ward, the founder of Yes Masters Real Estate Success Training. And what I have here in my hands right here, this is a pair. It's one of the first pairs of Lululemon pants that I bought. Sweatpants, workout pants. And I bought these nearly 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I paid over $100 for a pair of workout pants. And it was like, I can't believe I spent that much money on a pair of workout pants. But here's the crazy thing. These pants are 10 years old. And when you put them on, they still basically look like new. Now, I have worn this exact pair of pants probably hundreds and hundreds of times. And they still look great. They haven't faded. I've worn them hundreds of times. They've been washed hundreds of times and they've not faded. There's no tears in them. There's no holes in them. The seams are still perfect. There's no wear on them. I mean, it's crazy. And the reason I bring this up for a couple of things. Last night I went to, or night before last, we went to Lululemon and I bought a couple of new pairs because the only problem with this pair is they don't fit me anymore. And because I have gone from 192 pounds to 160 pounds and gotten really fit and ripped and lost all the fat in my waist and all that, these just don't fit anymore. So I'm like, I'm going to be giving these away. But I'm amazed at how good condition these are in. And here's what Lululemon decided to do. Lululemon decided to go for quality. They decided not to go for cheap. They decided to go for being the best. And here's the question. How are you building your business? How are you building your life? Are you trying to build it cheap or are you trying to build it the best? How are you branding yourself? When you go to brand yourself, do you compete? Because I was looking at some real estate agent websites and I studied real estate agent websites and look at what's effective. And I found a real estate agent website that his whole marketing value proposition is he's the cheapest agent that you will find in the market. That's the cheapest full service real estate agent in the market. Now, here's the thing about it. Here's the choice you have. If you want to win, is it grippy? I don't even know what grippy means. What is grippy? Corollas, I'm not sure what grippy means. Is it grippy? I mean, I don't know what that means, but it feels great. It's nice and soft. Texture's awesome. I'll talk more about my Lululemon story in a minute, but this guy was he brands himself as the cheapest agent. So my question is, do you want to be the cheapest or do you want to be the best? Now, here's the game. You're representing people who are selling typically their most valuable asset, their home. $800,000, $1 million, $2 million. Let's just say it's a $1 million asset. And they're wanting to entrust you with the responsibility of bringing them the best buyer, getting the best offer, getting the best terms and price, negotiating and successfully closing. Are they looking for the best or are they looking for the cheapest? Now, here's the deal. Sometimes they're looking for the cheapest. And the reason they're looking for the cheapest is because of a simple mistake on their part. That is that they have seen a lot of amateur agents that suck. And they're like, if that's all they do, they just fill out paperwork and put me in the MLS and stuff, then it doesn't take a rocket scientist. It doesn't take an expert to do that. So I just want the cheapest. But if they understand what a highly skilled, powerful real estate professional can do for them in terms of your marketing expertise, your pricing expertise, your negotiating expertise, and all of the expertise that helps them get the best exposure, which gets them the best offers, which then gets them the best terms and price on their home so that they get the most equity in their pocket. People are willing to invest in a professional if they realize that investment, i.e. commission that they're going to pay, is going to actually give them a great return on their investment. But in today's real estate market, you kind of have to make a decision. Do you want to be the best or do you want to be the cheapest? There's really not any middle ground. I mean, there is, but see, here's what the middle ground represents. The middle ground just makes you a warehouse it makes you a doormat in a warehouse full of doormats. You're all the same. All you real estate agents, y'all do the same, say the same, talk the same, everything like that. So if you're going to be a warehouse doormat agent, then being the cheapest is probably how you're going to win, right? Go on Amazon, and if you're just looking for a doormat, find the one that looks prettiest, and I want cheap. Give me cheap. If it wears out, I'll replace it, right? But they're entrusting you with the sale of their home, which is a one-time job, meaning they don't want to use you and you help them get halfway there and then throw you out with the bathwater and then get another agent and try them and try them. They don't want to have to buy over and over again. They want one agent to deliver the best result and get the job done. So what are they looking for? Quality. They want the best, or they want the cheapest. If you can't convince them that there's value in paying more for a professional agent that actually knows how to deliver a better result and sell their house faster and for more money, then cheap is probably the direction they're going to go. But if you're going to make a lot of money in real estate, which is easier, cheap or better? Well, cheap is easier. Get a license, you can be a cheap agent, right? But if you're going to be the best agent, you have to become the best agent. You have to master the skills. You have to master the skills of marketing, the skills of how to sell a house, the skills of how to negotiate offers to get the buyers to pay the highest amount of money with the best terms for your buyer, and how to make sure it successfully closes. And this is the skills. This is part of the skill set of being a professional real estate agent. So the question is, do you want to be the cheapest or do you want to be the best? So here's my challenge. Here's what I'm going to tell you. If you want to win, you want to make a lot of money and be massively successful, become the best. It is so much better to be to have the brand of being the best, because that's going to attract the best quality sellers, the ones who have high expectations. The seller who is cheap probably also treats his house cheap. They don't take care of their house. They don't take care of things. They defer maintenance because they're trying to be cheap on everything. But the person that's willing to pay for a professional service, they probably have their yard professionally landscaped. They probably have professional maintenance done on their home. When there's repairs that need to be done, they're going to have it done right. They're going to replace the floors. They're going to update the paint. They're going to do things that make their house nicer. So guess what you're getting? You're getting a better quality client. You're also getting a better quality house to sell a better product. In other words, it's going to look nicer, but you're going to attract a better quality buyer. People that are willing to pay more because they want the best. So you got to kind of decide, do I want to hang out in the world of the best, or do I want to hang out in the world of the cheapest? Now, this applies, and it goes to all areas of your life. Like when I was a kid that was raised that we always went when we bought tennis shoes. Every time I got shoes, and I was an athlete, so I lived out in the country, but I played all kinds of sports. So I went through shoes fast. I would wear them out fast. So my parents' strategy was buy the cheapest shoes because he's going to wear them out anyway. So we went and we did all our shopping at Payless Shoes. That was the name, Payless Shoe Store, something like that. And where I grew up out in West Texas and Abilene, Texas, we'd go to Payless Shoe Store and buy the cheapest shoes. And I always wanted to buy like when I saw Kentu Williams, who was kind of the cool kid in school, when he got the brand new Adidas, and they were probably the most expensive tennis shoe you could buy at the time. It's like, that's what I want. And they're like, that's too expensive. These shoes are fine. And I was always self-conscious because I did not like having the cheapest, but it's what I grew up with. So I got used to it. And then as time went on, I started hearing about quality versus cheap, quality versus getting cheap, good quality versus cheap quality. And I remember Zig Ziglar talking about it. He said, if you buy something that's quality, it only hurts one time. And that is, it hurts when you pay more for it. You have to pay more for it, and that's painful. But that's the last time it's painful for you, because from now on, you get to enjoy it. He said, if you buy a cheap bicycle or a good high quality bicycle, you buy a cheap bicycle, it doesn't hurt buying it because you got to save money on it. But then it breaks down every month. And so now it hurts every month when it breaks down. If you do the same thing with buying a cheap car that's not in good shape, guess what? It doesn't hurt when you buy it, but it hurts every time it breaks down and leaves you stranded. So when he said, when you choose to go with the best, it only hurts one time. Costs a little more, but it's worth it. Does that make sense? It costs a little more, but it's worth it. So this is what I started doing clothes. And I started realizing and Lululemon was one of my first forays into really what I would consider to be expensive clothes. Because a t-shirt at Lululemon costs how much? Does anybody know how much? It's like $80 or $90 for a t-shirt at Lululemon. 80 or 90 bucks. But I've got Lululemon shirts that I have worn for 6, 7, 8, 9 years. And I still wear them. They still look great. The only problem with them is most of them are too big now. Okay, but I have some that, and they still look okay, so I keep them and all that. But like the pants, got to replace them. So I bought a pair for 120 bucks this week. I actually bought 2 pair, and it's like, that's expensive. But guess what? It only hurt one time, because now every time I put them on, every time I wear them, they're super comfortable. They look great, and they're going to last forever. And I know this because that's Lululemon built a brand. Okay, so it's not just the way you show up; it is the brand, the reputation that you build. And I'm going to tell you right now, in today's real estate market, the way you're going to be able to have business continue to get consistent stream of business is the reputation you build, is the brand you build for yourself. Do people look at you as the one who will always take care of them, give them the best experience, give them the best service, give them the best results, treat them the best, care about them, be diligent, be responsive, be communicative? Are you that agent? And if you are, that's the reputation you're going to build. And your video testimonials you're going to get, or 5-star reviews you're going to get, are going to testify to how valuable you are as a real estate agent. So if you're going to do it right. If you're going to do it, don't do it cheap. Do it and to become the best, and position yourself as the best. Train yourself to become the best in the world at what you do. You're going to be more expensive, but you can be more expensive for this reason, because you're more valuable. In fact, I heard somebody one time say, they said, you can be expensive or you can be valuable, but you can't be both. Because if you're truly valuable, you're not expensive. You cost more, but it's not expensive. It's valuable. There's more value because you deliver better results. You deliver better service. You deliver a better experience because you have a higher level, higher standard. And that's the way you do it. That's what Lululemon has done. And I love the fact, I love the fact and hate the fact that you can't buy stuff on sale at Lululemon. They never have sales. Okay. Now they'll sometimes have a discount rack, but I think mostly that's clothes that have been bought, didn't fit. Somebody brought them back, returned them, and they're selling those at a discount, but they don't have sales. They don't put stuff on sale. Why? Because they position themselves for quality. We're the best. When you're the best, you don't have to discount your price. An interesting principle. And as a real estate agent, when you're the best, you don't have to discount your commission. In fact, you can even say, like one of my former coaching members said, part of her script when she goes out on the high-end listing appointments, $2 million, $5 million, $10 million, $20 million listing appointments, part of her pre-qualifying script is this: just so you know, my commission is 6%. Is that a deal breaker? And she lets them know right up front, before she ever even goes out there, that her commission is not negotiable and it is high. It is higher than most agents in those price ranges will charge. And that's her number. And she's like, that's what I charge. Is that a deal breaker? And then if they say it's a deal breaker, then she has an objection handler for that to help them understand the reason people hire me and the reason that they are willing to pay me is because I deliver a better result. Now, are you looking for the cheapest agent? Or are you looking for the best results, which means more money in your pocket? Well, we want more money in our pocket. We want the most equity we can get out of us. Perfect. That's why people hire me. That's why we're going to meet. I'll see you tomorrow at 4:15. And she goes out and there's no haggling on the commission because she's already set standard. And she's already basically demonstrated, I have the value. And when you do that, you can then have a position that says, I only work with people who respect what I do and are willing to pay me what I'm worth. Lululemon only sells to people who respect the value and quality of their clothes and are willing to pay what those clothes are worth. And that's the way you run your real estate business. You're going to make more money. You're going to be more fulfilled. You're going to have a better quality of client that you're going to enjoy working with a whole lot more, nicer houses. All of that is going to be a big payoff and bigger paychecks on the back end, which will just help you build a more prosperous and abundant and quality life for yourself. So I hope this has been helpful. If it is, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're first time to the channel, play to win, and always expect yes.